Just a gorgeous fall afternoon in the heart of Texas. No weather to speak of. Sun out, roof open. Yes, yes, and yes. A great day for football at AT&T Stadium in Arlington. Today, boy, what a matchup. Two NFL franchises with so much history, so much tradition, getting set to do battle here, as it'll be the New York Giants taking on the Dallas Cowboys. Jones wants to throw to start things out here. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
That's a good start to the ball game. Maybe a little bit of a tone setter offensively. They come out throwing right away, and it's an early completion and a quick first down.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Throwing Jones. This one into the hands of Burton. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
Good, sure hands there from a guy not accustomed to catching a whole lot of passes. But how about the way he was able to pull that one in and pick up good yardage?
Here's 2nd and 3.
Flick right.
They'll run for the first time with Saquon Barkley. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down. You look at this Cowboy defense. It's quite a unit, that's for sure. Number 1 in the NFL against the pass.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB, they'd easily move into the top 5.
And a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
How about this defense? They came up with a couple big plays in this sequence, and none better than the one right there, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
And here's Gillen on now to punt as he gets this one away. Oh, boy, he fielded it right on the goal line. Now they can't bring him down. And this doesn't quite work out as well as planned. They'll forfeit a few yards as he's tackled just past the 15. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 16. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Out right, he finds Tolbert. And he gets it here to right around the 24 before he's out of bounds. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
The first carry now for Tony Pollard. And Pollard going to pick up a Cowboys 1st down as the tackle made up at the 27. The Cowboys at 6 and 2 to start play. And they come in off a loss last time out, but overall they've been playing pretty well. 6 wins and 8 prior to that defeat.
And quite frankly, there wasn't a whole lot to draw on in the loss last week because they were dominating every phase of the game. You've got to hope that they show a little more life in this one because they certainly didn't have it in their last outing.
They're looking for Lamb, but it's intercepted. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Giants touchdown. So, Charles, our first points of the game provided defensively. What a play that was.
And I can only imagine that the folks at home watching are thinking to themselves, that's one of those plays where once the ball leaves the quarterback's hands, you just sort of go, uh-oh, and wait for the result. This time, the defense benefited.
Graham Gano on for the extra point. It's up, it's good, and the Giants have a 7-0 lead.
Makes the score Giants 7, Cowboys 0. Graham Gano to kick off for New York.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. Kevontae Turpin now from his end zone. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line.
For most people, the excitement of a kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, it's being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there? Shoulder into ball carrier, and down he goes.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team, and that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. Second down, Prescott. And he's caught by Lamb. And he'll be taken down, but they've got this one up to the 35-yard line. 23 yards the pickup there.
I don't care who you put on him, he's going to be a handful of one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Hey, 47.
Throwing, Prescott. This throw left side is caught by Tolbert. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. Options galore here. Second and a few inches. Looking to throw, Prescott. Swinging this out for Pollard. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Well, these two teams, they met up way back in the season opener. And it was the Cowboys winning on the road, so they look for the sweep here back home in Arlington. 2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Prescott down. And his throw here is incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
Now a 2nd and 10. Now the Giants will stop play as they take a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Second and 10. To throw is Prescott. And he fires one incomplete. Tony Pollard out of the backfield, the intended target. And that'll make it 3rd down. You talk about this Giant defense. And they're a unit that struggled some against the run, no doubt, coming in 25th out of 32 teams.
And this group talks all the time about wanting to be better, getting stronger against the run. And to me, it all starts up front. You've got to win the line of scrimmage in order to play against the run very well.
And again, it's Prescott. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And he's going to be pushed out of bounds inside the 10-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
This play is a thing of beauty when it works as designed because they let the running back slip out of the backfield and head down the sideline on a wheel route. Number 1, it's easy for him to get lost. And number 2, Really tough for the linebacker to run with him. And this ball's right on the money and leads to a big play.
They'll run with Pollard. Able to power through. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. A nice pickup of 6 there to get him closer to the end zone, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
It's largely been the air attack that's gotten them down here, but now's where you start to lean on that running game. That's a good pickup there on 1st and goal.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Pollard is in. Touchdown, Dallas. So Pollard is a passing game that drove them down the field, but when they get close, they trust that man in the backfield, and he took them home.
And they trust their offensive line as well, because so many of these units, they specialize in either pass protection or run blocking. This group shows its versatility and gets both done on this drive.
An extra point forthcoming. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Holmes going to opt against bringing it out, and they will begin at the 25. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time, hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. And that's caught inside the 35. And he steps out of bounds, but not before he gets inside the 35. It's a big-time play there for the G-men. 43 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Jones with a handoff to Barkley. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. What a difference a play makes. A huge step forward and now a small step back as he loses a yard or 2. So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Here's the first carry from Matt Breida. And he'll get down to about the 26-yard line. A nice job there as he rumbles for 9. And it'll be back to a 3rd and 3.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball, because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Now with the play clock down to 2, we're going to get a timeout here. And that's their 2nd charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. Third and 3. Barkley inside handoff. And he will have a Giants first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 7-7, our score after 1. They keep it with Barkley on first down. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
Here we go.
Here's 2nd and 10. They'll go to Barkley again. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean, or also just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
Okay, here we go.
7th play of the drive, forthcoming on 3rd and 8. Now Jones. Oh, it's intercepted. A drive killer there. And the Cowboys are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line. Well, they were in a great position to take the lead, Charles. Obviously, all they needed was a field goal to do that. They wanted the touchdown. Unfortunately, they're going to get neither.
And you know every offense talks about the same thing each week, don't they, Brandon? They want to end every drive with a kick, whether it's a field goal attempt, a point after the touchdown, or at worst a punt. This time they had that opportunity but didn't get it because you know the field shrinks that close to the end zone, and that allows the defense to tighten up their coverage, and they pick that one off.
They go over the middle, and it's complete to start the drive. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Have to give some credit to the defender on that when he read all of his keys perfectly and got a great break on the ball and able to force that incompletion.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Pollard will take it up the gut. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, and that led to a really nice game.
It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
A first down throw for Prescott. He'll take a shot for the end zone. Oh, and that is incomplete.
They geared up and took the deep shot downfield, but it turned out it wasn't one-on-one coverage. Extra defenders in the area, and that one winds up incomplete.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. They run straight ahead here with Pollard. And that one opened up for him well as he'll take this down to the 26-yard line.
Well, they're getting ready to go to work now in prime real estate after that last run. Found his spot and picked up nice yardage, didn't he?
And now he's got him knocking on the door of the red zone. First down, and it's Pollard again. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier but shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well. From the 25, here's 2nd and 9. Gonna run again here with Pollard. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves them with 3rd and 5.
Can we just take that run and turn it into kind of a clip and save? Because that tells you everything you need to know about this drive. They've been moving the ball awfully well.
They'll break the huddle and come up on the 9th play of this drive, needing 5 yards on 3rd down. Now Prescott. Look in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. Touchdown! Luke Schoonmaker, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Cowboys have taken the lead. So the quarterback drops to throw, looks over, and boom, a guy that wide open, he has to be thinking, wait a minute, this is some kind of a dream. This is too easy.
Yeah, a great dream. One you don't want to wake up from. But for the defense, almost feels like there was a bust in coverage.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 14-7. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. Holmes going to opt against bringing it out, and they will begin at the 25. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ballgame.
Yeah, some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to want to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher, 3rd and 6.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
The Giants on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Operating from the gun, Jones. This one is Slayton over the middle. And he will have a Giants first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the 2nd quarter, 14-7. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. A run between the tackles with Breida. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
A handoff, Barkley running left. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled them up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
So a solid run by Saquon Barkley, and another 1st and 10 here. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And now off to the races down the right side. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Saquon Barkley. His 12th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Giants are an extra point away from evening this one up. Gano the extra point. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity. Well, partner, they've used him quite well out of the backfield in this one. And here's another nice example. They set up the screen, and he's able to pick his way downfield for a nice gain there.
Prescott looks to throw on first. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. Prescott urging his guys to go quickly. They need to get up and set. Second and long. This is caught. It's Coates. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Prescott on first down. That's into the hands of Tolbert. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now, as they'll stop him with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
This has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
On first and 10, Prescott. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well, incomplete.
So after the incompletion, second and 10 from the 22. Prescott to throw it. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to third down.
That's a big force incompletion there to bring up third and long, and this defense can still salvage a little momentum by forcing them to kick a field goal, because just a few plays ago, it looked like they were headed towards the end zone.
Prescott yet again. That's going to be caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. Two first-half touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott. And the Cowboys will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. Now the try here for the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25.
Here we go.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave them with a second and just a few inches left. Throwing, Jones. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
They'll go with Pollard here on first down. Fights through and now a crease. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And this one is right through. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
Holmes returning from his end zone. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break.
Giants 14.
And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3. And we will not have a run back here as the second half starts with a touchback. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Second half begins with a run by Pollard. And some room to maneuver. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 81 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. They've got the lead early here in the third quarter, and runs like that are how they established that lead in the first half.
I love the fact that you're using the word lead because they are leading from the front, pounding on the defense right now with the running game, and truly establishing themselves here in the second half.
Here's Pollard again. Brought down on the play by Kayvon Thibodeau.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
On second down, it's Pollard. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
I know flashy plays, as people like to call them, that attracts a lot of attention. But let's face it, when you're efficient, that can control a ball game. And I love the game plan they've got going right now.
Back-to-back 5-yard gains. Didn't force the ball downfield. Picked it up on the ground.
Yeah, offensive line, they're getting it done.
They'll run left with Pollard. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
They'll try to throw now. Prescott. Brandon Cooks. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 34-yard line. A good pickup there of 20 yards. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
The tackle made there by Jared Davis.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Snap will come from the 31 on 2nd and 7.
Go, get out there, get out there.
Here's Prescott. Into the hands of Hendershot. And he'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Umpire threw the flag, usually always indicates holding, and that's what we've got.
And you know, depending on their positioning, where you are on the field, the umpires get different responsibilities, but always, always making sure no one's holding.
Temporarily out of field goal range now as they come up on a 2nd and long after the holding call. Prescott off play action. Pass complete. He's got Hendershot. A gain of 8 there on the play. And that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
They need to get this to the 24 on 3rd down.
Here we go, 47.
Prescott. He's got his target. That's complete. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 14. A 3rd down gain of 19.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try to put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Bobby Okereke making that tackle. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Hey, 47. Switch today.
A 2nd down throw for Prescott. This will be caught at about the 6. So the completion good for 7 there. And it'll leave them with 3rd and a full yard to go.
Such a tough position to defend near the line, even when you add a 2nd defender. But the big man shrugged off the extra body and made the play call a success.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. Trying to run for it with Pollard. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it 1 more time, so make sure you get in shape.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. Now receiver in motion left. I think probably just trying to draw him off there. It didn't work.
And defensively, that's what you work on all the time. Being in that spot and being able to not jump and give them the yardage that they were desiring.
And his kick is indeed good, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, they picked up right where they left off in the 1st half. First drive after the break, they come away with 3 and increase that lead.
Yeah, and you just want to keep building on that lead, don't you? Whether 6 points or 3 points, take everything you can get, keep maneuvering, keep adding to it, keep making it difficult for them to come back.
Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. He'll drop it off with Saquon Barkley. Now he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. All that blown up by DeMarvion Overshown.
But these guys are going to chop into that deficit. They got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Off play action, Jones. His throw incomplete.
Just work with me a second here, because in my lifetime, seeing how quarterback percentages have changed in throwing the football, I mean, back in the good old days, if you were around 50%, you were doing okay. But now, you need to be 65 to 70% to be considered an elite quarterback. And in this ball game, I feel like we're playing old school, right around 50%.
Yeah, he's under 50%. He needs to start hitting more targets. Here's Jones to throw on third down. And they get Jones for the third time in this ballgame. Picked off by Trayvon Diggs. And the Cowboys come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ballgame is now officially over. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. They have to like the position that they are in. Fourth quarter, 2-score lead, and now the ball back after the INT. Boy, nowhere to go at all on that first down run as they will get to him behind the line of scrimmage. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Meanwhile, Dak's throw pulled in by Lamb. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Fifth catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down. Out of the gun to give to Pollard. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. 115 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss.
Going to 53.
Throwing, Prescott. That is caught at the 7-yard line. Touchdown! 3 touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott. And the Cowboys look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this fourth quarter. So they get their tight end away from the line to the outside, and he works his way in for 6.
Tight ends are not just blockers anymore. I don't know how many more times we need examples, but here's a great one. Gets to the outside, they give him the ball pretty quickly, and they trust him to get those extra yards, and boy, did he come through, bowling his way into the end zone after the nice catch.
Go, get out there, get out there. 26.
Prescott, they're going to throw for it. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more. And, of course, on the 2-point try, had the option to run or pass. They pass it there, and it works.
Felt pretty straightforward, didn't it? An open receiver, ball's put on him, 2 points for them.
The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. Holmes returning from his end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. Well, part of this defense now with multiple interceptions in this game, but this time they say turnabout is fair play because, remember, they had a pick six on the other side, and now they get a pick six of their own.
Yeah, they actually added to some of their nice play throughout this ball game. A good effort by them to secure another interception on this one. A better effort to take it all the way back for 6. And how about an exceptional effort to match their opposition's pick six from earlier in this game.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Holmes going to opt against bringing it out, and they will begin at the 25. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a 4th straight loss. He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be 3rd and about a foot or 2. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And this will be a Giants first down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line.
Well, sometimes, Brandon, there's just not a secret to how things get done. He's been running well all game long, and they continue to rely on him in this key situation.
They told us they were going to rely on him. They have. He comes through there, a big 3rd down conversion. No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. No big surprise, Micah Parsons doing what he does so well, dropping him for a loss.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
They'll have to deal with a 2nd and 14 now after the loss. Beckham goes in motion left. Now they're going to give it to him on the jet sweep. And that one never got off the ground. He's going to be stopped up well behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
Well, as a wideout, when you take that handoff and you're coming around the edge, you're expecting to see nothing but empty space in front of you. But if not...
well, things can go south in a hurry, and that's exactly what we saw on that play with a loss. On 3rd down, Barkley. There he goes, left side. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. They'll run it again with Barkley. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. That stop for a loss made by Damone Clark from his linebacker spot.
You know, it's become cliche, but we have seen it and observed it. When runners have days like what we're seeing right now, they often take their offensive linemen out for steaks afterwards, don't they? They all go buy them dinner. But after a play like that, he might reduce it, might go to the corner and just grab a hot dog or 2, huh?
Hey, I mean, they've still been blocking for him well in this game. They don't get one mulligan up front.
Okay, so what we're saying then is we're going petite filet instead of porterhouse.
8 ounce.
That?
8 ounce is good.
All right, just checking.
Here comes play number 9 now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Jones with a handoff to Barkley. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Saquon Barkley with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Giants get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit. Extra point try good by Gano. And that'll cut the lead back down to 21. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They're in control here as they start 1st and 10 and appearing to have righted the ship following that 2-game losing streak. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. Boogie Basham earning himself a tackle for loss as he stops him behind the line. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. This is Lamb on the end around. Oh, and this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. 3rd and 15 coming up after that loss of 2. That's the danger, Charles, of running plays like this for your wide receiver. They can hit big or they can be duds.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that, because if they're forced to try and go around defenders behind the line of scrimmage, sometimes you can give yardage in order to gain it. But in this case, they gave yardage and didn't get it back.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance,